back, everybody, to the New York Knicks, my NBA franchise, here on NBA 2K23. Today, we will be wrapping up the regular season here in year number 2 with just a couple more weeks of games left to go. This is the final stretch here before we get to the postseason, in which we will most likely not be participating, barring some crazy run here at the end of the year. We're currently 13th in the Eastern Conference. We're 3.5 games back of the 10th seed, which is the final play-in spot, with 10 games to go. So it's not totally impossible, but we need a lot of things to go in our favor to get one of the play-in spots, and we've really got to try to balance out trying to get that play-in spot, but also maybe waving the white flag at some point and trying to focus on our lottery pick odds if it really doesn't look like we're going to get one of these spots in the play-in tournament. So we've really got some tough decisions to make here throughout the day as we wrap up the season. We would have to pass at least 3 teams to get one of those play-in spots, which is going to be hard to do for 10 games. And as it stands now, we would have the 6th best lottery odds for the number 1 draft pick. So I don't want to completely tank the season now because I still think it's a little bit early. But on the flip side, I don't want to maybe try too hard down the stretch when we aren't going to get in regardless. The Pistons are also in the Eastern Conference play-in race, so I figured they would be a fun team to go up and play against. So we'll simulate this game against the Lakers, losing by 3. Seems like the offense didn't really show up. We only had 3 guys score in the double figures. So we're now 28-45 with 9 games to go as we battle with the Pistons here at the Garden. We're still the 13th seed. We're 3.5 games back now of the Heat, who are currently in 10th. The Pistons are, of course, led by Cade Cunningham, a young, budding superstar at the point guard position. And they've got a great core of guys around him. So let's hop into this matchup here against the Pistons, who are currently 33-40. They're fighting for one of those play-in spots just like us. They have a couple games ahead of us. I think they're currently the 9th seed in the Eastern Conference. Yeah, it says we're 10th, which obviously isn't true, but, you know, this game isn't always the smartest, so we'll just roll with it. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Knicks. It'll be Brunson, Mayo, Barrett, Feinstein, and Yurtseven. For the visiting Pistons, it'll be Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Sadiq Bey, 27 days, 27 nights. And the man in the middle is going to be Jalen Duren. So Duren and Yurtseven will meet up for the tip-off to get this game started here between the Pistons and the Knicks. Detroit rocking their throwback teal jerseys in this matchup as Duren wins the tip for Detroit. And we are underway. Opening Pistons possession. Ivey gets it over to Bridges, who finds Cade Cunningham, who hits the 3. Good shot for Cade. Pistons on the board. Miles Bridges, the native of Flint, Michigan, played his college ball at Michigan State, goes inside for Jalen Duren, only 20 years old, a very young but talented big man making the play. Ivey goes inside for Cade Cunningham, hits the layup over Jalen Brunson, and the Pistons are looking good early. They lead 7-0. Knicks got to get on the board. Here's Barrett trying to back down on Sadiq Bey. Bey's going to be a restricted free agent this summer. I'm curious to see how much the Pistons will be willing to pay him. 8-2 now your score. Bridges inside, hits it off the front of the rim. Okay? Here comes the Knicks in transition. It's the rookie Mayo who blows by Jaden Ivey. Don't get to say that very often. Jaden Ivey is one of the quickest, shiftiest guards in the league. But Splash Mayo blew right by him. Barrett drives by Bey for the reverse throwdown. Nice slam for R.J. Barrett. Now the Knicks offense is starting to wake up a little bit, but they've only hit shots in the paint so far, trying to get some jump shots to fall, such as that one. A 3-ball by the rookie Patrick Feinstein as it's 12-9. Ivey's pull-up shot no good. Duren with the rebound. Gets it over to Cade Cunningham, who is wide open for 3. Bold strategy to leave Cade open as it's 15-11. Here is Splash Mayo. Gets it over to R.J. Barrett. Tries to drive by Bey. Barrett on the move. Too smooth. Nice shot by R.J. Barrett. 15-13. The Pistons started on a 7-0 lead, but now the Knicks are really answering, but Detroit's going to get an answer of their own with an and one from Cade Cunningham, who's been the best player on the floor here within the opening few minutes of this game. 20-15. Brunson drives by Bagley inside for the layup. 20-17 now. Cade looking to make a play, draws the double inside for an open man. It's Marvin Bagley III who throws down the dunk, putting the Pistons ahead by 5. About 2 minutes to go, 22-19. Reddish open, lets it fly. Killer Cam Reddish hits for three, knotting it up at 22. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope brings it up. Yes, KCP is back with the Pistons, where he was originally drafted. Gets it to Cade, who goes inside for Bagley, who throws it down. 24-22, DiCarlo with the screen from Feinstein. Back inside for Feinstein, and one. A reverse throwdown by the rookie. The white man's got some bunnies. Feinstein would unfortunately miss the free throw, but the Knicks would take the lead shortly after. 24-26, Cunningham's shot is off, looking to beat the buzzer. Feinstein from full court. No good. Nice catch by the fan in the front row. The Knicks started off slow, but they played a lot better as the quarter went on, and they lead by 2, trying to keep the momentum here in the second. The rookie, Banyu Wibawa, with the slam. Wibawa was the 10th pick in the draft out of North Carolina, one selection prior to Cesar DiCarlo. Jaden Ivey inside with the dunk. Good play by the second-year pro out of Purdue. 28-27 now. Barrett tries to drive by the defender. He does, makes the layup in contact. RJ with a quick 8. He's been pretty good so far tonight. Emmanuel quickly has it stripped away by Sadiq Bey. Here comes the Pistons on the other end. Bey inside for Duren, who throws it down. Nice slam by Jalen Duren as it's 30-31. Knicks still ahead. Ivy looks to make a play. Shot over quickly is good off the glass, and Jaden Ivey has the Pistons ahead. Now the game is tied at 33. Ivy with it again, this time making a move on Brunson, no good. There's a melee for the ball as Reddish goes flying into the stands. That's got to hurt somebody. I don't know who, but somebody. As we look at it again, first off, why does Reddish not have any upper legs? Second of all, he just goes flying into the seats. Hopefully everybody's okay. 34-33, Pistons ahead. Barrett drives by Sadiq Bey, makes the layup. He's in the double figures as the Pistons now trail by 1. Now they're up by 1. 36-35, back and forth second quarter. Here is Brunson, gets it over to Rowan. Alexander Barrett Jr., who hits the 3, and RJ Barrett puts the Knicks back ahead. 36-38, Duren inside for the slam, dunking on Reddish. Duren and Reddish, both natives of just outside of Philadelphia, as this game is once again tied. DiCarlo's pass tipped, hauled in by Barrett, who makes the shot over Marvin Bagley, as this continues to be a back-and-forth game. Everybody on the Knicks is now in takeover mode. DiCarlo in the corner for Barrett. RJ Barrett is red hot. He's now got 18 points here in the first half as the Knicks lead by 5. DiCarlo inside, makes the contested layup. New York now up by 7. The Knicks on a nice little run here late in the first half, but why stop now? DiCarlo tries to make a play over Cunningham. Gets it to Watkins, to Barrett. Deep 3, he got it! The Pistons cannot stop him, they can only hope to contain him. 48-40, Cunningham gets it over to Sadiq Bey. Bey over to Bagley, deep 3, nothing but net. Nice shot by Marvin Bagley to try to stop the momentum from the Knicks. DiCarlo with it, gets a screen from Barrett. DiCarlo now lets it fly, bang! Both offenses really playing well right now. The Knicks shooting the lights out of the 3-ball. 47-53, time winding down here in the first half. DiCarlo with the layup off the screen from Feinstein. 9 points here in the second quarter for Cesar DiCarlo as the Pistons look to answer. Cunningham's shot no good, rebounded by Feinstein. Knicks going to have to heave it up quickly, and they won't have enough time. Really solid second quarter, though, from New York. The offense really came alive late. RJ Barrett is balling. He's got 21. Cade Cunningham leads the Pistons with 11. We'll see if the Knicks can keep it going here in the second half and get themselves a big win late in the season against another team competing for play-in spots. DiCarlo looking for Patrick Feinstein in the corner. He got it. The Knicks offense getting right back to work here in the third quarter. 52-62. Mayo trying to get some room with Ivy. Screen from Yurt 7. Mayo on the move. Deep 3. It's good. The Knicks shooting has been unbelievable over the past 5 or so minutes. It is completely carried over into the second half. Nice lob over to Miles Bridges, who throws it down. 56-67. New York leads by 11. Here's Mayo. Tries to get by Ivy. Has an open man in the corner. It's perfect. Patrick Feinstein, who hits another triple. Feinstein, a perfect 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. Jalen Duren with the dunk. Duren's been really impressive tonight for the Pistons on both ends of the floor, particularly offensively, which I would say is his weaker area. Reddish, no good. Yurtseven with the rebound and the putback. Good play by Omer Yurtseven. And look at the scoreboard. This has turned into a blowout. The Knicks lead by 18. Cunningham heaves it up, and it's good, but the Pistons still have a lot of damage control to do. 60-77. The Knicks have scored, I think, 20 points here in the first half of the third quarter. Very, very good stuff as Bagley throws it down off the assist by Cade. 62-77 now. Here is Emmanuel Quickly trying to get some room. He hits the three. I mean, the shooting tonight from the Knicks has just been outstanding. Ivy in the corner for Cade Cunningham. His shot won't fall, but a nice tip-in by the rookie Banyu Wibawa will make it a 14-point game. Here's Jaden Ivey, guarded by the rookie Watkins. Screen from Bagley. Ivy inside for Bagley with the poster. The Pistons have been really good within the interior tonight. Not just Duren, but Marvin Bagley has been very impressive off the bench. Banyu Wibawa now with an offensive rebound and a putback. The Pistons have a lot more size than the Knicks, and it is showing. However, the Knicks have a lot more perimeter shooting than the Pistons, and it is showing. Splash! Mayo, the rookie, hits the three. 74-85 with about a minute left in the third. Barrett drives inside, makes the fancy layup. 23 tonight for R.J. Barrett, as it's a 13-point Knicks lead with about 30 seconds in the quarter. Barrett says, why stop now? He hits the step-back three over Patrick Williams, and it's 74-90 with about 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Cunningham with a spin move. He gets the and one. Great move there by Cade Cunningham, who continues to be really impressive today for Detroit. 77-90. Here's Cam Reddish at the buzzer. What a shot by Reddish. What a great offensive quarter by the Knicks. Really, the last 12 or 13 minutes since the halfway point in the second quarter, the Knicks offense has been utterly incredible. They had nearly 40 points there in the third quarter as we move over to the fourth. 82-95. Detroit trying to make a comeback. Cade Cunningham with a nice pull-up jumper over Brunson. And it's an 11-point game. The Pistons really starting to play better after a slow stretch in the third. Jalen Duren with the slam, and the lead is now cut to single digits. The Knicks back up by 11. Pistons looking to change that. Saddiq Bey makes a great off-ball cut and throws it down to put the Pistons within 9 as the Knicks call a timeout, trying to regroup. The Knicks offense is still playing really well, but their defense hasn't been great over these last few minutes. We'll see if New York's shooting can get them out of this rut. It's Barrett again off the catch. He hits the triple now with 29 points. Here comes the Knicks on the fast break. Mayo with a great move, but he's blocked at the rim by Patrick Williams. Here comes Detroit. Bridges looking to make a play with it. Inside, he dunks on Yurtseven. Great move by Miles Bridges as he hits that one just like he hits someone else. Okay, 90-100. Here comes Detroit. Saddiq Bey with it in transition. Goes inside for Duren, who makes the layup. And the Pistons are now down by 8 with a little bit over 4 minutes to go. Here's Barrett again. Pump fakes, guarded tightly by Saddiq Bey. Screen from Feinstein. Barrett trying to get open. He goes inside for Feinstein, who makes the contested layup. 15 points tonight for the Rook, as it's 94-102. Jaden Ivey blocked by Yurtseven. Here comes the Knicks. Cesar DiCarlo back in the game. He's been great tonight. Over to Reddish with the throwdown. Big possession for the Knicks, and they're back up by 10. 104-94. Here's Cunningham inside, trying to run circles around the Knicks defense, and I guess he does, as he puts in the floater. 96-104. 2:20 to go. DiCarlo with the screen from Reddish. DiCarlo inside, makes the layup. A nifty move by the rookie, Cesar DiCarlo, who has 17-6 in like 10 minutes. He's been unreal tonight. Miles Bridges hits the three. Pistons cut it within 7. Detroit now on the fast break. Here comes Ivy with the spin move and one. What a play by Jaden Ivey. And it is a 4-point game all of a sudden. Lob attempt from Bridges to Ivy unsuccessful. Here comes the Knicks. It's in the hands of the rookie, Cesar DiCarlo, trying to back down on Ivy, and he makes the left-handed layup. What a move by Cesar DiCarlo. 45 seconds to go. Detroit trails by 6. Cunningham inside for Bagley. His shot is good. And now I think the Pistons are going to have to start fouling. It's in the hands of Cesar DiCarlo. He's 6 for 6 from the line tonight as the Pistons wait a few seconds but eventually foul him. That's Cunningham with his 4th. So here's the rookie, Cesar DiCarlo, sinks the first one. Nothing but net, and the Knicks lead by 5. The second free throw from Cesar DiCarlo is also good. And New York is up by 6 with about 30 seconds to go. Cunningham in the corner. Quick 3 for Bay. And it will rattle out. Feinstein is the one with the rebound, and he would end up making both. So it's now an 8-point game with under 20 to go. Cunningham, quick 3. Got it! Cade Cunningham with the toilet roll 3. And now the Pistons are going to go back to fouling. It's in the hands of Cesar DiCarlo, who is fouled once again by Cunningham. That's his 5th. Cesar hits the first one. He's now 9 for 9 from the charity stripe tonight. I know Cesar DiCarlo is inconsistent as a jump shooter, but his free throw shooting really the entire season gives you a lot of room for optimism as he sinks the second. 117-114. Quick inbound. It's Patrick Williams. No good. Bagley with the rebound over to Cade Cunningham. He hits the 3 with 7.7 seconds to go. These Pistons will not quit. They were down by 20 not too long ago as Cesar DiCarlo would again be fouled. Cunningham with his 6th. He's out for the game. Cesar hits the first one. The second one is good. Cesar DiCarlo 6 for 6 from the line in crunch time. 12 for 12 overall as the Pistons miss the 3. And the Knicks win a really exciting game, 116-110. Really high-level basketball here in this matchup. The Knicks offense, the Knicks shooting really good for most of the game. Got to give the Pistons a lot of credit. They're a scrappy, young team. They've got a great future, and they really pulled together a nice comeback. 29 for R.J. Barrett. He was very good. But I think the most impressive player tonight was Cesar DiCarlo, who in 12 minutes had 25, 6, and 3 while being super efficient. He only had 1 turnover. He made his first 5 shots. He didn't miss up until the 4th quarter where he was kind of inefficient. But he did drop his career high. I know it says 52, but that's a bug. His actual career high is 25. He also has a career high for free throw makes and attempts with 12. He was money down the stretch. Feinstein with 17, perfect from beyond the arc. Reddish, Brunson, and Mayo in the double figures. Yurtseven with 12 boards. As for Detroit, Cade Cunningham was great. 34 points. Bagley with 25 in just 13 minutes. Bridges, Duran, and Ivy also in the double figures as well. And as I said earlier, the Knicks really shot the ball well from 3. They also got to the line 27 times, converting 24. Great efficiency shooting the 3 throws tonight. So as it stands now with 8 games to go, we're 29-45. We're still 13th in the Eastern Conference, and we've still got 3 games of makeup work to get to. So I really am fascinated by this game against the Pelicans, who are the number 1 seed in the Western Conference, largely because of Zion Williamson. Now, in basketball perspective, this is a great spot for Zion. He's the number 1 option on the best team in the West, but he's only satisfied here. Maybe he'd be a little bit happier if he was on a big market team, the team who he originally wanted to get drafted to, who happens to have 2 of his great friends with R.J. Barrett and Cam Reddish. Zion Williamson is a player who I've talked about being very high on my list as a trade candidate, along with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's also only satisfied in OKC. We had Shai come to the Garden a few weeks ago, ended up winning that game. The big storyline, however, is that we had R.J. Barrett and Cam Reddish take Shai and Lou Dort on a little tour around the city. We had the 4 of them go out for dinner and try to plant the seed in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's head about, him possibly coming here. So we're going to have RJ and Cam do the same thing with Zion. We know Zion loves to eat, so he's going to enjoy the meal, and we're going to try to have those 2 guys plant in Zion's head that maybe New York, the grass is greener. We would get some good news after the game on the injury front with Jae'Sean Tate being back healthy. And interestingly enough, we won the game by 2. So just like the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander game, we end up getting the win. RJ and Cesar balled out. Mayo, Yurtseven, Brunson, they were all really good. Zion had 22 and 8. Pretty typical Zion game, nothing too crazy. Hopefully he enjoyed his time in New York. Hopefully RJ and Cam planted the seed in his head, and it gets him to thinking going into the offseason. So Jae'Sean Tate returns to the starting lineup. We are still 13th in the conference, but we're only 2 back of the 10th seed. We're making up ground slowly but surely. This next game against Washington, we blow them out, as we should, because Washington stinks. So now we're the 12th seed. We're 1.5 behind Miami with a couple pivotal games in front of us against Milwaukee and Minnesota. If we win these games, I think we are well within the race for the 10th seed, and if we lose, then I think the dream is just about over. Here against the Bucks, it's not going to happen. We end up getting throttled by Milwaukee, 121-94. This is not a game we really could have afforded to lose because the Bucks are pretty much in the exact same spot we are. I think they're a couple games ahead of us. So that's really not good. And, I mean, we got blown out. We've got Jae'Sean Tate, who's hurt again, sprained right wrist. So we acquired Jae'Sean Tate here in the middle of February at the trade deadline, and I think he has missed probably 2/3 of the games that he's been on the roster for with multiple injuries, which really is not ideal. He's only played one game start to finish since the start of March. Not ideal, I've got to say. So we're back in 13th place. We're 2 games behind the 10th seed, which is Milwaukee. I think if we don't win this game against Minnesota, our season, or at least our chances of getting a play-in spot are pretty much over. This game is very close. Minnesota seems to have the edge, but we're right in there. We're keeping it competitive, but it looks like Minnesota's pulling away here late, and the Timberwolves are going to get the win by 13 points. RJ had 29, Brunson with 24. The 2 veterans of this team really stepped up, but everybody else, not so much. Anthony Edwards with a career-high 53 points to go with 7 rebounds and 8 assists. Not the most points a player has scored in a game this year. That's Luka's 73, which, if you remember, also happened against us. So with 4 games left to go, we're 31-47. We're the 12th seed. We're 3 games back of the 10th seed with 4 games to go. It's really not looking good, and although we're not mathematically eliminated, I think it's time to wave the white flag in terms of getting a playoff spot and focus on developing some of the young guys, giving them more playing time, sitting some of our veterans, and improving our lottery pick. So with that, we will be shutting down RJ Barrett and Jalen Brunson for the rest of the season. We are going to rock out with a fully rookie starting lineup. And then I did want to get some of the other veterans some playing time off the bench, Reddish, Quickly, and Yurtseven, only because those 3 guys have played every game this year. So I wanted to give those guys the satisfaction to say they played all 82 games, or I guess in Yurtseven's case, 83, because of his stint with Miami. So we're going to hop into this game here against Brooklyn. The Nets are pretty bad. Obviously, they traded away Kevin Durant. Things have gone downhill. Unfortunately, we won't get to see their first-round pick, Levi Beauregard, because he suffered a right humerus fracture and is out 6 to 8 weeks. He has not played since the middle of March. Beauregard, I expected to see more of a leap after the Kevin Durant trade, but his numbers across the board have gotten lower, which is kind of a surprise. So we'll hop into this game here at the Barclays Center against our crosstown rivals, the Brooklyn Nets, who have been even more disappointing than us this year, which is pretty hard to believe. The Knicks are making history. They are just the 2nd team in NBA history to start a full starting 5 of all rookies. DiCarlo, Mayo, Watkins, Feinstein, and Kabongo. The only other team to do this was the 2012 Golden State Warriors. They started 4 rookie scrubs, and then another guy named Klay Thompson is going to the Hall of Fame. So, hey, maybe if one of these guys in this lineup makes the Hall of Fame, too, that'd be pretty cool. The tip-off goes to Ahmed Kabongo, and we are underway. Kabongo's come off the bench in every game this year, but he's finally making his first career start. Also the first career start for Jackson Watkins as well. The other 3 guys all have started plenty of games as Feinstein misses the 3, but Kabongo, on his first NBA possession as a starter, gets a putback layup. 2-0, here's Ben Simmons. His pass for Lowry is tipped and stolen away by Cesar DiCarlo. He goes inside for Kabongo, the rookie out of the Democratic Republic of Congo, who gets the slam. 4-2, DiCarlo with room, lets it fly for 3. No good. Kabongo with another offensive rebound and a putback. He's got all 6 so far. Maybe all Kabongo needed was an opportunity in the starting lineup. He looks really good so far. 6-4 your score. Jackson Watkins from way downtown hits the 3. Watkins has so much upside, has been in and out of the lineup this year, but I'm curious to see what he can do here in these last few games of the year. Feinstein with the slam, assisted by Cesar DiCarlo, who has like 3 assists already. Kabongo blocks the shot. Here comes the Knicks. DiCarlo with the screen. He's going to go inside. Back for Ahmed Kabongo, who makes the layup. Kabongo has 8 and 4. He's already exceeding his season average in points per game. And the Knicks are dominating. They lead 13-6. Free ball no good. Rebound and putback will fall for Nicholas Claxton, and it's 13-8. DiCarlo off the screen. Hands it off over to Watkins to Feinstein, over to Splash Mayo. Mayo, step back. Tray ball, bang! Everybody's getting involved right now. These guys look like they have so much chemistry. It's hard to believe all 5 of them are rookies. Kabongo with the lob from Cesar DiCarlo. DiCarlo already has 5 assists. Kabongo already has 10 and 5. And the Knicks are playing great basketball. Kabongo blocks Claxton. What is happening? Ahmed Kabongo looks like a star right now. On the other end, DiCarlo gets his first points of the day. Everybody's eating right now for the New York Knicks. They're up 20-10. Simmons blows by Kabongo and is in for the slam. The Nets got to get some momentum because so far they look horrible up to this point. The Nets have been really bad since the Kevin Durant trade. Good lob by Simmons over to Ches Regenworth. But as I was saying, the Nets have been really bad since the Kevin Durant trade. Ironically, Kevin Durant's new team, the Phoenix Suns, have not been that much better. The Suns have been really bad since the deadline. Off the offensive rebound, Dom Cherry hits the mid-ranger. Good shot by the other rookie coming off the bench today. 25-17, final seconds in the quarter. Shot no good. Brooklyn with the offensive rebound. Screen from Briggs. It's Simmons inside for Briggs. Tipped. Briggs gets it back. And Christian Briggs will make the layup with 2 seconds to go. Overall, a really strong first quarter from the Knicks as Quickly's shot will not fall off the back iron. The defense has been incredible. I mean, with these young rookies, they're hungry to prove something. I mean, the Knicks really focused on size, length, athleticism, and defense in this draft, and it showed in that first quarter. Nice move by the veteran Kyle Lowry inside for the layup, 25-21. Quickly, he is denied. What a block by the Nets defense. Nicholas Claxton making the play. It's been a rough few first minutes for Emmanuel Quickly tonight. Here's Lowry trying to slice and dice on the defense. Great move by Lowry as it's a 7-point lead for the Knicks. The former Knick, Quentin Grimes, gets it over to Lowry for 3. Kyle Lowry, the thick guy, playing really well here in the second quarter. 30-26. DiCarlo with it. Floats up a shot, no good. Yurtseven with the offensive rebound. He will get the putback. The Knicks are dominating on the offensive glass tonight. You can tell they just want it more than the Brooklyn Nets, and it is showing. Yurtseven and, of course, Kabongo have been dominant down low. Good pass inside. It's Regenworth with the slam. Ches Regenworth was one of the big pieces of the Kevin Durant trade. Regenworth is a raw but very talented, very athletic forward. What a pass by DiCarlo inside for Kabongo. The two-man game between DiCarlo and Kabongo are getting right back to work here in the second quarter. Mid-range shot won't fall for Cameron Thomas, but Claxton is there at the putback. Both teams doing well on the offensive glass tonight. Tied at 34, the Knicks offense on a slow streak these past couple of minutes as Brooklyn hits the pull-up 3 from Lowry. 7 or 8 guys on the floor right now cannot legally drink, yet you have Kyle Lowry who's going to be looking for senior citizen homes in Boca Raton within the next 5 years. Nice three-pointer for Brooklyn. They are really playing well. The Knicks offense has stalled out bad here in the second quarter. I mean, they look like a team of rookies since the quarter intermission. Good 3 by Cam Reddish to get the Knicks back on the board. That's just the Knicks' 3rd field goal of the second quarter. Simmons lobs it up for Joe Harris, who puts in the layup. Harris, one of the only other older guys on the floor tonight. Simmons looks to get by Cherry. That's a mismatch. Not much Dominic Cherry can really do there. Ben Simmons is just bigger and stronger. 37-44 again. The mismatch. Simmons draws the double. Kabongo moves back. That backfires, pun intended, as Ben Simmons makes the play. I think the Knicks are going to have to change the defensive matchups. Got to have somebody like Feinstein over on Ben Simmons. Cam Reddish hits the corner 3. 40-48. Knicks running the floor. Here's Reddish again. Another one for Cam. He's the only guy shooting the ball well here in the second quarter. 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. We'll see if he can get another one right at the end of the half, as it is no good. That'll wrap up the first half. The Brooklyn Nets lead it 50-43. The Knicks running a big experiment with 5 rookies starting in the game today. Again, just the second team in NBA history to ever have a starting lineup of only rookies. Let's go to the second half. The scoreboard is glitched for like a minute, so just deal with it, I guess. It'll be back to normal in a second as Patrick Feinstein gets the lob from Cesar DiCarlo. Feinstein is so athletic, and we didn't even see this athleticism from him in college. Here is Thomas trying to make a move. Lobs it up for Nicholas Claxton. 45-52 your score now. Again, I know it's hard to read. It'll be fixed in a second. DiCarlo, no good. He has been very inefficient tonight. He's like 1 of 8 or something. I mean, really, not great stuff from the rookie point guard. And then in transition, Ben Simmons hits the dunk. 45-54, Brooklyn ahead. Feinstein sets a screen. DiCarlo inside for Patrick Feinstein. If DiCarlo can't score, he might as well just set up all of his other teammates to score. Mayo in the corner. It's Patrick Feinstein with a screen from Kabongo. Feinstein lets it fly, and the Knicks cut it to an 8-point lead. The scoreboard is back, and so are the Nets. Thomas back inside for Nicholas Claxton with the reverse slam. And then Kabongo really has slowed down since his hot start, and it's 60-50. DiCarlo with the screen inside for Kabongo. Maybe I spoke a little bit too soon. Ahmed Kabongo, the rookie out of the Democratic Republic of Congo, making the play. Cameron Thomas off the screen, hits the 3. Good play by Cam Thomas, the young microwave scorer. Thomas guarded by Feinstein. Shot clock winding down. Thomas lets it fly again. Cam Thomas is starting to heat up. He's not the guy you want to see getting hot if you're the Knicks. 53-66, Cherry with the screen. Cherry inside, lobs it up for the big fella. 18-11 for Kabongo. He is dominating once again. Watkins, screen, pull-up jumper, no good. Kabongo with the rebound and the putback. This is Ahmed Kabongo's world. We're just living in it. 20-12, both career highs for the rookie. What the hell was that? David Duke, way off on that one. Wouldn't be the first time somebody named David Duke was way off. Here is Quickly with the slam. Nice play by Emmanuel Quickly. His rookie contract coming to an end, but of course he did sign a 1-year extension back at the trade deadline. And shots like that are why the Knicks brought him back for another year. Quickly with the fadeaway 3, 64-72. Shot no good. Time winding down here in the third. Knicks trying to push the ball up the floor quickly. It's going to be Reddish who leaves it up from 3. Good release, and it's no good. So that'll wrap up the third. The Knicks with their all-rookie lineup, they're hanging in there. Only down by 10. Brooklyn looking to finish it off here in the fourth. Nice reverse slam by Ben Simmons. 68-80. Quentin Grimes, the former Knick, traded to Phoenix in the offseason, then traded to the Nets as part of the Kevin Durant package. Goes inside for Simmons, who gets the dunk. 68-82. Kabongo with a screen for DiCarlo. Back inside for Kabongo. 23-14 for the rookie big. DiCarlo, by the way, now with 10 assists, but he only has 5 points. Grimes airballs the 3, but Cam Thomas gets it back and makes the layup. What are you guys doing down there? That possession, they really did look like a bunch of rookies. 70-84, about 4 minutes to go. Here's Lowry. Lobs it up for Ches Regenworth, who throws down the dunk. 70-86. Lowry wearing Kyrie Irving's number 11. The irony. Inside and 1. That's your dagger. Brooklyn holds on handedly to beat the Knicks. 91-76. Overall, there were some positives today. I expected it to be an ugly game, considering we didn't start anybody over the age of 20. And, well, it was not pretty. We scored 76 points. We had 12 in the fourth quarter. For our side of things, Ahmed Kabongo was definitely the star of the show. 25-16, both career highs. He also had career highs in offensive and defensive rebounds. It's just his second double-double of his career. His previous career highs were 16 and 11. So really good performance from him, but unfortunately nobody else was all that good. We shot the ball horribly, which isn't really a surprise because what I've focused on in drafting young players has been size, athleticism, positional flexibility, and defense. Not so much shooting because that can come along, and well, I think all of that held up today. You can't really ask for much more. They defended well. They looked like NBA level athletes on the floor. They just shot the ball miserably, which again, shouldn't really be a surprise. So we've got 3 more games to go, all at home, 2 against the 76ers, 1 against Atlanta, and unfortunately with the loss there against Brooklyn, we are officially eliminated from getting a play-in spot. So I guess we have officially regressed from last season. We'll simulate through these final 3 games. Unfortunately, Emmanuel quickly gets hurt, so he will not get the satisfaction to say that he played every game, which kind of sucks. We ended up going 1-2 in the games we simulated. We beat the Sixers, I think, the first time, so our rookie starting lineup won a game. Here are your awards. Luka Doncic wins the MVP, averaging 39, 11, and 11. No-brainer. Christopher Killebrew, the number 2 overall pick at the Jazz, wins Rookie of the Year. Bones Highland, 6th Man of the Year. Giannis wins the Depoy. And Darius Garland wins the Most Improved. Usually 2K gets the Most Improved player wrong, but Garland did legitimately improve, so I don't have a gripe with it whatsoever. Willie Green won the Coach of the Year for the Pelicans. As we look at the All-NBA teams, on the first team, makes sense. Usual suspects. Good to see LaMelo Ball really progressing. He had a great season. Here is the second team. You still got 39-year-old LeBron James. And then on the third team, Ben Simmons is there, as is Zion. Look at the top right. He tore his MCL. That's a big deal, not just for the landscape of the playoffs, but also for us, because we're considering getting him. This changes the outlook for New Orleans in the playoffs, which could be good for our chances of landing him or bad. We'll talk more about that in the next episode. Unfortunately, none of our players made an All-NBA team. Not that anybody really deserved it. Here's the all-defensive first team. Cool to see Evan Mobley there. Cade Cunningham on the defensive second team with Chet Holmgren. Great to see the young guys really playing well. And then here are the all-rookie teams. On the first team, we have Killebrew, Buzz Wigginton, Roman Boakman, Caden Frost, and Jamison Zander, all of whom were top 7 picks. And then here's the second team, which includes our very own Cesar DiCarlo. I think it's well-deserved. I was a little bit worried he wouldn't have played enough games, but he did play in 52. He really did not miss many games after he came back from his injury. He stayed healthy the entire season, which is certainly good. So we've made it to the playoffs. Obviously, we will not be participating, unfortunately. So normally the next episode will be the season recap, the draft lottery, and the draft preview. That's not going to be the next episode. That's going to be the following one. There's a reason. We're doing something special for the next episode. So if you've been around the channel for a little while, you know that in every 2K series I've done, I always do a league-wide rebrand where every team changes their logos, changes their jerseys. I'll leave cards in the top right of the screen for the previous 2 versions of this I've done in NBA 2K22 with the Sonics and then in NBA 2K21 with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So everybody's going to be getting new jerseys, new looks. I'm really excited to show you all of the jerseys and whatnot in the next episode. And then after that, we will go through the playoffs. We will go through the start of the offseason. And then before you know it, we're going to be in the 2024 NBA Draft, which is going to be a lot of fun. So that'll wrap up the episode. Certainly not the season as a whole we were hoping for. I'm still very excited about this team's future. Make sure to leave a like and a comment if you're so excited about the offseason and the jersey rebrands and all that fun stuff. So yeah, that'll wrap it up. Peace out.